Some cruise rooms look normal until they ruin your whole trip. From cabins that shake you awake at 5 a.m. to rooms that make you seasick without even stepping outside. These are the rooms you should never book. The never silent neighbor rooms. Being next to crew areas sounds harmless until you try to sleep. These workers start early, finish late, and move equipment all day. You'll hear storage room doors slam, cleaning carts rumbling on the floor, and tools being moved around at the worst times. It's not their fault, they're just doing their jobs, but you're the one who hears every bit of it. Instead of relaxing, you feel like you booked a room beside a busy backstage hallway. Nothing about it feels quiet or private. If you want peace, this is the last place you should stay. They're working hard and you'll hear every second of it. Even if the crew goes quiet, your view might still leave you staring at nothing. The 2 a.m. disaster rooms. These rooms seem fine on the map, but the noise turns them into a nightmare. If you're under the pool deck, you'll hear chairs scraping before sunrise. Under the buffet, footsteps and carts roll non-stop. Near the gym, good luck sleeping past the sound of dropped weights. In the theater or nightclub, that's a full concert shaking your walls at 1 a.m. The ceilings become a drum, and your room becomes the backstage area for every activity on the ship. If you don't want your sleep schedule to match the ship's entire daily program, avoid these rooms like your vacation depends on it, because it does. Noise from parties is one thing, but next, meet the crew who never stops working. The punch-in-the-face rooms. If you ever wanted to feel what a ship feels during rough waves, book a forward cabin. But trust me, you don't want to. These rooms take the hardest hits from every bit of motion. The front lifts, drops, shakes, and rocks more than any part of the ship. Add the constant wind, strange whistling sounds, and water spraying the balcony like someone's throwing buckets at you. And every time you need something, food, activities, anything, you'll be walking a marathon to reach the elevators. Even cruise pros avoid these rooms. Think rough waves are bad? Wait until the ship's nightlife invades your sleep. The window-to-wall rooms. These rooms fool so many people. You see ocean view on the website and think you're getting sunlight, sea, and a calm horizon. Then you'll walk in, and a giant lifeboat is staring right back at you. The room gets darker, the window feels pointless, and you basically paid extra for a wall painted orange. There's no real difference between this and an interior cabin, except the disappointment. Many first-time cruisers fall for this because the price looks tempting, but the experience is almost nothing like a real ocean view room. If you want a proper view, skip these. You paid for the ocean, not the emergency equipment. Can't see the ocean? At least you might hear everything that's happening next door, loud and clear. The paper wall rooms. Connecting cabins sound convenient until you realize the door between rooms blocks sound about as well as a sheet of paper. You'll hear conversations word for word. Toddlers arguing with parents, couples fighting, and families celebrating, all at full volume. Privacy disappears fast. Even normal talking from the next room feels like someone standing right beside your bed. If you're sensitive to noise or just want peace, these rooms are a gamble you don't want to take. One loud family next door and your calm vacation turns into a comedy show you didn't buy tickets for. Avoid these unless you're booking both rooms yourself. Too much noise inside? Step outside if you can call it that. The steel tunnel balconies. A balcony should feel open, bright, and relaxing. But these ones ruin the whole mood. Instead of a clear view, you get thick steel walls rising on both sides. Feels like sitting in a metal box, not a balcony. The wind hits differently too, turning the space into a mini wind tunnel. You don't get that wide open feeling people dream about when they book a balcony cabin. For many guests, it's claustrophobic and not worth the money. If your goal is morning coffee with an ocean view, this is not the balcony you want. It looks good on paper but feels boxed in real life. Feeling boxed in? Some cabins take darkness to a whole new level. The time loop rooms. Interior cabins are cheap for a reason. No window means no sunlight, no natural wake up, no idea what time it is. You can sleep until 2 p.m. thinking it's still early morning because your body gets tricked every day. Some people love the darkness, but many feel trapped or restless inside these rooms. They're also not great if you're sensitive to motion, because you can't see the horizon to steady yourself. Fatigue hits faster, naps last forever, and after a few days, everything blends together. If you need fresh light or a sense of space, interior cabins will mess with you more than you expect. Lost track of time inside? Back at the rear, the ship's motion will make sure you know it. The beautiful but reckless rooms. Aft balconies look amazing in photos. The wake view is stunning, and it feels like you're floating above the ocean. But behind that beauty, these rooms can be a handful. When the ship hits rough waves, the back shakes more than any other spot. You'll feel vibrations from the engines, especially at night when the ship is docking or turning. Some guests even find soot on the balcony furniture, which means sitting outside becomes a guessing game. And because you're all the way at the back, every walk feels twice as long. Great for videos, not always great for sleep or comfort. Motion and noise behind you. Now let's see what happens when everyone's eyes are on you. The show window rooms. These rooms seem fun until you realize you're basically living in a store display. People walking by can look straight into your cabin, which means if you forget to close the curtains, congratulations, the whole ship gets a free show. Privacy is almost zero unless you stay in the dark with the curtain shut all day. You don't get a true ocean view either, just a view of people eating, shopping, and filming TikToks. At night, music and events echo right into your room, so sleep becomes optional. Fun idea on paper? Not so fun when you're the one being watched. Your privacy gone? How about leaving your cabin choice completely to chance? The surprise box rooms. A guarantee cabin feels like booking a mystery box for your entire vacation. You pay a little less, but you hand over all control. The cruise line can put you anywhere, next to the elevators, under the gym, above a nightclub, beside crew doors, or in an obstructed view room. If the ship is full, you often can't switch, even if the room is terrible. Sometimes you get lucky, but many people end up spending their whole cruise dealing with problems they never expected. Saving a small amount at booking can cost you peace, sleep, and comfort the entire trip. Could be luck or a nightmare, but nothing wakes you like what's waiting at the bow. Near the anchor rooms. These cabins look harmless on the deck map, but the moment the ship docks, you understand why they're the last rooms people choose. When the anchor drops, it doesn't make a noise. It shakes the entire cabin like a metal thunderstorm. The grinding echoes through the walls, the floor vibrates, and it feels like the ship is tearing itself open. And this always happens early, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., right when you're in your deepest sleep. Once you've been woken up by that sound, you never forget it. Survived all that chaos? Here's the one rule to make sure your next cabin is actually perfect. The golden rule of cabin selection. Want to actually enjoy your cruise? Here's the golden rule. Midship, middle deck with cabins above and below you, away from elevators and public spaces. That's your sweet spot for quiet, smooth sailing, and easy access without chaos. If you want a balcony, a standard balcony is perfect for fresh air and ocean views. Nothing fancy, just relaxing. On a tighter budget, a well-placed inside cabin midship works too. You won't see the ocean, but if you're spending most of your time on the deck, at the pool, or exploring ports, it's a smart choice. Comfort, peace, and good sleep, without breaking the bank. Cruise cabins can make or break your entire vacation. Now you know exactly which ones to avoid. Like and subscribe to skip nightmare rooms next time.